the USBA bantamweight champion, and getting a
17 victory. He brings up
doing more sit-ups. So it all depends. A lot of it.
His opponents, Jones, fighting for a bantamweight.
That snappy jab. He's got a Tommy Hearns type of guy who's moving up a little bit. You know, Junior, no doubt, have and the height, leverage.
Jab of
Pound in boxing, jab, and even as Devin.
It's very easy to say why you would compliment him. Trainer Ice, when you're breaking things technically and fundamentally, you're looking for to define a guy as, yes, this is a great jab.
You just look at the pop of it. You can hear the sound of consistency, great jabs around. And he uses his, don't throw the jab just because your coach told you to throw it. Control the fight with it. And Junior has that type of jab where he could bust your eye open with it. Jab is a punch that you have to defend yourself against, or else you could be
only 23 years old, already a world champion, and with this skill set that you're seeing on display right now, went to the body with a combination. Many feel he will rule for a long time to come.
And you can look at his jab. I mean, percent of the time this round, more than 90%. And his other shots have been hard power shots. So it's a kind of a thing where
against the champ, superior athlete.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not brain surgery. John Michael Johnson cannot stand very hard, which is what he's. And as long he's like John Michael Johnson is staying. And the thing is, you have to never going to get inside. You have to be willing to.
Championship on the line, outdoors, hearing in anticipation of Evander Holyfield's challenger, Michael Moore. Business in the lower weight classes. 32-0. And in complete control. And then always snapping that jab upstairs.
I was told by my first coach, because very few people can do that. And he brought up Sugar Ray Robinson as well. And Junior Jones does that well. And then goes back down to the body. Now, one thing I would look for is he's pumping that jab. And he's doing that beautiful left arm. Shoulder, because believe me, that wears your shoulder down. It causes you where maybe around burn and didn't. Johnson will certainly will.
That left hand jab, but you do get the sense that John Michael Johnson is a sturdy guy. WBA ban Michael Johnson in the corner. He had that opportunity to sit down and accomplish a little more.
Well, I think because it's a long fight, he wants to try, but by the same point, I think at this point I would probably tell him to keep it, only make him more available for doing something different. So it's kind of a 50-50 proposition. He's going to have to lay in there anyway. Then he can start working on the inside. But he could maybe win the first. That'd be.
So in your eyes, it goes into the if it's not broke, don't fix it category.
Exactly. I mean, if you're height and the reach, that sounds wrong to me.
I guess the other thing to say would be that John Michael. Any chance or any want to count that, and it's an opportunity to begin with.
Any position, and I think what's happening is he might be afraid. Junior has that right hand cocked open up, so he can open up and drop the right hand in.
You know, you bring up a really good point. Take and ready position, and Johnson has to be.
Well, it's very obvious. Anybody that's ever seen Junior fight, I mean, it's like a gun in a holster. Like, I love the way he looks. Come on.
Opens up a bit there, getting a little brave now on the inside. It was a nice right hand to the side of the head. Oh, and he clips by far the best punch in this fight by John Michael Johnson. A short right hand on the inside, and now a rally here as we finding his stride. A loss to June early in his career after his first and getting a shot here. Of course, a perfect 32-0.
And this is a fight where in a fight like that, he'd know. So huge difference between 12 and the 4-round more than he normally would.
Little half steps forward. I think he's doing a better gap here in this fourth round, but you can see
time to get used to speed like that. It's not something it's in the gym you might spar with fast guys, but in a fight with those it takes time to get used to that. And good
there's
shot.
That right hand, and Jones goes down. Jones goes down here in round number 4, and the upset-minded slugger is looking for a chance. Right to the inside with a flurry. Right hand comes in again. How do you think Jones looks, Ice?
He looks a little shaky down, and that was telling. I think he should try and hold on a minute here and try and get going.
There's a short left hand on the inside. Yeah, John Michael Johnson, after landing the initial right hand, he charged in with a few more shots, and actually it looked like he landed a punch when Junior Jones was on the canvas. Now more head hunting, and a series of right hands lands again. That right hand clipped him solid.
Junior hasn't held one time. It's like Tommy Hearns and Ray Leonard the first time. He just wouldn't hold, and he got himself knocked out.
Can the champ survive here? Makes it through the 4th round, but he is...
Now here, he's trying to trade, actually, and he walks right into the shot. And that's actually, he stays up, so now he's forced to get 2 more shots, including one when he was down that was kind of up for quite a while. And he's trying to hold his feet, but his legs are just jelly.
Now, that would...
The referee would have been just if he did, because, or it's a kind of look behind the ear too, which is a really bad spot.
The fight we have now. Jones dominated, could win this fight with just one hand. All of a sudden, San Antonio's John Michael Johnson opens up with a right number 4, floors Jones, and down. Things have turned around. Jab and bringing the right hand. He has his feet back under him.
It doesn't. What I like about him, for better or worse, he's got a lot of Tommy Hearns in him, in that, not just style-wise, but the way that he fights hard when he's hurt. Take the smartest route. He doesn't, try to bide time and move and run and hold. But it remains to be seen if that's the smartest move for him right here.
When Julie to come back and won a unanimous city to play right here and advance. He's been successful in this spot before, and he looks like...
And it looks like his jab is coming back to him.
Three-punch combination, tried to put the jab. Johnson coming forward.
I think Johnson put the hook. For the rest of the fight, you can think that all you need to be over.
It can happen, but he's already done it once in this fight. Thus the sense that he can have...
Guys, but especially for Junior. And this is the 2nd round that it looks...
Championship. Best 108, 32-0 with 20 Junior Jones, especially for a young number 4. This can be...
what people have to realize, when a trainer tells something in the corner, they're guessing, maybe it's of history. In other words, maybe he's telling them to do it. So trainers, Joey assumes that's something... offensive machine. When they let their hands go, they look good. They really,
you're going to look...
person might think they have that one punch. I mean, Tommy Hearns, John Michael Johnson, credit. It shows you the conditioning of it. He's taken some... Him not to even fly, he took the body shot, but to work harder. And it's at the point you're halfway through the fight. It's more than just...
This was a very poison Junior of the 4th, but Jones gathered a walking stick of that piston jab and utilized it 5-1. I know you lean a 3rd round, possibly
wise. Then the good shots in a very short 2 rounds for Johnson, the rest for Junior.
And that end of the 3rd round kind of forecast what we would see in the 4th and 6th round. John Michael Johnson complaining about pain that he was dealing with. Has he shown you anything here in this 7th round?
Guy down also. And there's a good right hand. He's human beings you're dealing in the corner, so you have to
see if he hasn't thrown that right hand much. That was the weapon of choice. Now his short chopping right hand. That was the weapon of choice in the 4th round when John Michael Johnson Jones.
In the last round, he hasn't been physical at all on the inside, and kind of muscle and maul his way in there to force Junior to wrestle with him a little bit and to tire himself out. Because right now, coming forward as John Michael is, he's just basically hoping that Junior gets tired and get tired. Into the then jab catches you. It's almost like you're a deer in the headlights. Up his output, and with pushing and being physical and kind of establishing himself. Because he hasn't really established himself. Other than knocking Junior down, he hasn't established that other than just by hoping.
Steps back for the most part. And Johnson has...
I like the impression he is always ready. He's always ready to let it blast. He sees that, and that's making him a little bit hesitant.
With the jab, and still, Johnson seems unaffected.
Right, I don't get the impression that he's really up and he's coming forward. So, I mean, if you know how to do it, that's not really the hardest thing in the world to do. You can do these rounds and not get hurt, but he's got to let his hands go.
There's that short right hand on the inside, and now he clips him with a combination. Round. This is what did at the end of the third round. Stay with us, and we will find out if Shane paid off for Johnson in that 8th round, John Scully.
Well, here's what now here, Junior throws a left hook, and Johnson comes
to that 8th round.
You would think so. You would think in front of him, maybe sensing a little weakness in the champion. Now he knows it's going. He's not going to win a decision and try and take advantage of Junior.
Young man from San Antonio, John Michael Johnson, in the black trunks, 4 as a pro. Here he is now 17 in a fight that in the 4th round, he thought maybe he could close things up and win by knockout. He had the champ hurt.
Right before that Junior complained about, but he's landing some good shocking puncher. But when Johnson, they gain more of a reaction. Like, he lands good-looking shots where Junior's head kind of wobbles around. So it's kind of what you're looking for, depending on what you're looking for.
Yeah, and speed to them. But John Michael Johnson is a plotter who thuds.
Right, well, what I mean is also, like, Junior's landing all these punches, but he's not getting any reaction at all.
Absolutely not. In fact, we were commenting just a round or two ago as the punches, but Johnson,
his head doesn't bobble or anything, where Junior has his, you learn as an amateur, keep your chin down. So what happens is, like, people in the top row can see it. It's not an obvious reaction. So, you know, they'll remember.
Jones' jab here in round number 9, not what it was in the previous 8.
Now there's a good right hand, and it's a good-looking shot, and that's what fans notice, judges notice.
There scored a knockdown, basic and simple. You need to not looking to work. This guy is looking to work.
Joey Ferriello's corner work, the way he talks to Junior, I really like it. His style is something.
Been giving him good, honest advice all night long. And now Jones utilizing the hand speed and the combinations, but Johnson meets him on the inside and scoring off uppercuts. Johnson has really closed such a big factor early on in this fight.
Actually, this is a good round, both landing good shots, and both of them. Like, there
is an advantage for Johnson because he that way.
Oh, definitely. Like, that's the chance at this point, because if Junior decided now, and if he had the conditioning now to have 40 times around, he could dent him away and win an easy decision.
3 rounds, definitely the last round, absolutely a 10-8 4th round, and likely by all accounts,
Junior's ahead. It's the type of thing where he doesn't reflect threat. This fight by 6 rounds. The fight, but he's definitely
I'm going to throw out a descriptive of John Michael Johnson just based on watching these first 10 rounds. You tell me what you think. The guy is sturdy.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Junior, he's making Junior look like a guy that doesn't punch all that. Poison Jones, challenger, even if he's champion, you'd have to figure you're behind, weigh it in your favor. So really, strategy is you have to go and throw. You're not really going to set the guy up. There you go, good right hand. And
needs to
take the title. You're not going to.
Comes in with a right hand, couple left hooks. Who knows? Go for broke. Why not? Junior Jones is hurt. When Jones was on the canvas, that happened in the 4th round also. Right. There's another right hand that comes in.
Good shots.
Junior Jones.
Go for broke. Dig in now.
A barrage of punches from the upset-minded San Antonio fighter. It is over. Can you?
Little quick trigger. It looked like it was obviously going to happen anyway.